Coming to you live from a country whose national treasure is a copy of Kangaroo Jack on DVD. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day and welcome to the 199th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. It's me, your real dad, joined by disheveled Lawmaster number 2. How you going?
Look, firstly,
I don't know what happened.
I love these community intros. Like,
yeah, they're killing it. They're killing it. Kangaroo Jack on DVD. I've never even seen Kangaroo Jack. It's one of those things that, as an Australian, it's like Foster's. I don't watch movies about kangaroos, cunt. They're in my backyard.
Isn't Kangaroo Jack like a Aussie-American crossover? Doesn't it have an American actor that comes to Australia and makes friends with a kangaroo or something?
Probably. I don't know. I know that they probably should remake it with fucking Danny McBride or some shit. Like I was actually genuinely excited when there was that Paul Hogan fucking Crocodile Dundee G-Up came out.
Wait, what?
You remember that when there was like the G-Up Crocodile Dundee movie and they were saying that Danny McBride was playing his son?
No.
Yeah, it was I'll send you the trailer after this. Look, we've made it 5 seconds in before being completely and utterly derailed on brand. How you going, Cobber? What's going on? Big week.
Oh. Mate, I'll be honest. I had I don't want to say panic attack, but a bit of a breakdown. I was just like, I mapped out like how much PhD work I need to fucking get done before now, like 1st of January, and it just doesn't compute.
And your soul made her sound like, oh.
And I'm like, for whatever. I'll just do my best, I guess. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just work as much as I can. So it's been pretty hectic with the fucking Destiny release chucked into that. And you know, I think this is probably the most sponsors I've ever had on the channel. I've got one for every week of this month. And sort of been, it's good. I mean, it's a good problem to have people so interested in the channel. And then, but also just been like,
yeah, but just like the PhD you've been doing for half a decade now,
for like 4.5 years, and I'm like, why did I leave it to the last 5 weeks? When I did my fucking story time, when I did my undergrad, my honors degree, which was a 2-year project, there was only 10 people in the honors degree course, and because you had to get so many marks or whatever to get in, and everyone had finished like 2 weeks before it was due, and I was fucking up the night before, slamming it. I hadn't slept. I was still living with my parents at that time. Mum's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, Mum, I need to fucking." I had it printed off. Is it here? Oh, where'd it go?
For those listening on the audio platforms, Matt's rifling through drawers looking for his report.
Lost my thesis. Anyway, it's a big fucking book, right? And why did I derail the podcast for? Whatever.
It doesn't matter. It's a Friday night. It's a Friday night. It's going to be loose. I've already added 6 beers, so who cares? It's fucking free game. Tell me about your fucking thesis. Show us your thesis.
My mum drove me in, right? And I handed it in like half an hour before it was due, before fucking deadline, like sprinting through the university. On the way there, this is the funny
Chariots of Fire, Mylan.
Fucking on the way there, I hadn't even checked the final print.
Oh no, Matthew, fuck.
And one of the main diagrams was printed like fucking like it was meant to be on its side.
Yeah.
Right? It's meant to be landscape. It was meant to
Blew
be
it out.
landscape.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it was like, so I didn't have time. So I had to race into the library, print it, and I sticky taped it in, right? Handed it in without even fucking checking the bastard, right? First class honors was only 2 people out of the 10. Me and one of the other chicks, first class honors, and everyone's like, you're such a cunt. We had ours finished. It was so long. I can't believe you got it. I was like,
see, this is the thing.
I'm nervous that I can pull that off again because I'm very nervous. I'm not going to be able to do the same.
No, you'll be right. You'll be right. I know you're right. That's the thing that, like, after all these years, I figured out the thing that you and I have in common is just pure arsiness like that. That's it. That's the thing. Matt, stop going through your drawers. You can find it later.
Oh, I just want to know where it is now. Where is it?
It's all right. I'm sure.
I'm getting locked on. I'm getting locked on. I'm such an idiot.
In contrast, I've done fucking jack shit this week except play Destiny because I've been off work, so I've been able to just chill out. Took some fucking holidays and cashed in, and have played an absolute shitload of Destiny and replaced the gas strut in my fucking chair because my fat ass has been just pounding it into oblivion. So I've done that. That's the one constructive thing I've done, but. It's been a good week, man. I've been really enjoying it and really enjoying sort of just, I don't know, just taking my time, getting through things and building up toward the world's worst on Sunday morning, Aussie time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We can probably talk about that now.
Like I fucking need this like a whole nerd cunt. Like,
I know, man. Like, honestly, we're about 5 minutes in. There's been about 7 cunts already, so.
Oh, no. I was
Friday night
today,
special!
I was thinking today, I've really got to clean up, like, the old C-bombs because, I can't say anything at the moment, but, you know, I've been doing this computer coding clubs and there's a lot of crossover with gaming. There's lots of networks crossing over. And I'm like, one of my supervisors actually, one of my supervisors stumbled across my phasmophobia video.
Oh dear. Oh,
Which is like, if they find the lore videos, it's fine because it's so safe and so boring. But my Twitch clips are not appropriate for academia.
No. And look, what you better do, you got to just keep it on the level. Keep it on the level, right? Just keep it, hide it until you get your fucking what you need to get done, and then after that you can be Dr. Cunts. All right, you can be just.
Do you know?
Don't worry about it.
You know, the former chief scientist used to follow me on Twitter because I met her at like an autism thing, right?
Oh, okay,
and I made a joke that I had more followers than her, right?
Yeah, well, it sounds like you.
I realized yesterday she's unfollowed me, and I thought it's probably because of all those stupid fucking clips I put on Twitter now.
You know, Twitter sometimes just unfollows people. It's fine. I'm sure it's just that. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it to heart. You failure. You miserable. What is going on with this fucking light? It's got a mind of its own. Just turn it on and off. Do your job. Anyway.
But here's the thing, right? Do you think that, like, everyone just thinks that... I was thinking in my head, like, should I censor that? Like, on the Twitch? Right. I was like, that's sort of, like, pretty close to who I am. And I feel like as you get older, there's so much pressure to, like, censor yourself.
I
mean, we don't do it.
I don't agree. I think that we are kind of what we are, and that is just what we are. And I don't know. I mean, I do this for fun, so I don't think about it any further than that. So it's yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
I mean, I'm sure at some point we're hampering business opportunities by saying the C-bomb.
Well, I mean,
this is probably a not for on the podcast conversation, man. Honestly.
Well, so you know who my supervisor recommended my channel to?
Who?
like a 7-year-old kid with autism. I was like, oh,
Oh,
please don't do
fuck,
that anymore.
okay,
I was
yeah,
like, please, it's not appropriate anymore. I've got Twitch clips on there.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't be doing that. Fucking killing me. All right, like, look. We're going to talk about Destiny
What's
in a
wrong
second.
with us? It's always like a pub conversation. We never have fucking anything on topic.
You know what's
general
bullshit?
chat.
You know what's I've spoken to you more this week than I've spoken to you in any other fucking week that we've been mates, except probably when we were at PAX, right? And we always joke that we only ever fucking talk on the podcast and it's just a monetized friendship. But we're doing the same shit even though we've been talking every day. We're just like, it's like a fucking mother's meeting at the PTA outside school, just gossiping. Which has been admittedly my life when I've been picking up the kids every fucking afternoon. I mix well in those circles, I can assure you that. All right, well, look, just one thing. Before we get into Destiny, this fucking light over here, and I'm not sure what's going on with it, but it keeps flicking on, changing different colours and all this sort of stuff. If I am at any point murdered by a fucking poltergeist during the recording of this episode, I just want you to like make it go viral to the point where it supports my family, all right? That's all you got to do.
Dude.
Just monetize the shit out of it, okay?
Jugs is in chat fucking taking Phasmophobia notes, just saying, you lights. Have you got a notebook with you? Is it written in the notebook?
Let's fucking hang on. Jacob Milk Bottle, is that you? You dumb shit. It didn't fucking react. It's on Jacob Milk Bottle. Thank fuck. Anyway.
Right. Not much in Destiny to really talk about this week, is there?
Nothing, man. We'll just blow through it. Just blow through the 12. Easy 12. But we it's been nuts actually. Like, I mean, we had Season of the Hunt launch on Wednesday, and it's been kind of mixed reviews on it. Personally, I really dig it because I can just do what I want to do and then, you know, take a little detour and kick into that. But how have you found that, the hunts and all that sort of stuff?
I think if Season of the Hunt was released standalone, it would be flamed.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was always intended to release with Beyond Light, so I think you have to consider them a bit close. But then again, do you pay separately for? Do you get Season of the Hunt with Beyond Light?
No, the seasonal stuff is separate. I think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I you know, we all get, you know, if you're invested in the franchise, you just fucking buy it all at once, and you never really have to make the decision, right?
Yeah.
You just fucking take my money. Shut up.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I judge it as a package.
Yep.
And you know, our complaints last week were exactly what's in Season of the Hunt, like as a positive. Like the things that we wanted are in there. We sort of said things like whatever happened to like the menagerie mechanics and like the armor engrams and like all this shit they put work into. And then Season of the Hunt comes out and it's basically that. You know,
deterministic
you can direct
loot
your
is great.
random rolls.
Yep.
And you can do it. Me, Sassy, who was playing with me and Sassy in comp?
I don't know.
Couple nights ago.
It wasn't me.
And Sassy got reported for fucking.
Oh, that was funny. The dude came into your stream the next day and was like, oh, that's Sassy. Initially, we thought it was me because I was playing with you that morning. And then it was like, no, it was. Sassy is just a hacker from way back, though.
I don't know why, but
mad hacker.
He was on point, just fucking stomping people.
He's such a PvP boomer now.
2 days later, people were coming into my stream saying, "Why were you playing with a hacker?"
But then he gets he has like his off days. Like the other, I think it was last night we were playing, and he couldn't hit the back of a barn door, and he was getting so fucking angry.
He gets so upset. He gets so fucking upset as well when he can't play. He gets all fucking mopey.
God bless him.
Anyway, I thought that was so, like, I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to play comp. I just wanted to grind comp, and it was a great way to power level. And I did that, and it leveled up my fucking lure. And then I went, and when I got 3 of them, I went and I got powerful engrams from it, and I can do random rolls from it. So I haven't explored it more than that, but I mean, you know, you can.
I think it's great. Like I think in that context, in the context of it being more you know, they know that if you're going to spend money on Destiny, you're going to probably buy the expansion and then the season pass after. So it's kind of in a way designed to complement the fact that there's a larger DLC, which is fine in my opinion. I'm sure that other people have got, you know, contrary opinions. It's fucking Destiny after all. Here we are. But I think it's strong. I think like I really enjoy the fact that like everyone that watches my stream knows me. I'll just hang around in Control and just play Control all night, and I'm fucking content doing that. But it normally doesn't advance me in any meaningful way. Where with this, it can, at least to some extent, you know, provided I take a little bit of time and do the side questy stuff and go and see Uldren and all that sort of stuff. How do you feel about the re-entrance of the Crow, aka Uldren, aka I don't know, everyone's favorite person in the world now because, you know, big bad Spider's just using him like a fucking goon.
I love Spider and I love Uldren. I think it's a perfect tone for Uldren. I think I don't know who did the voice acting, but I think they absolutely.
It's the same. I asked, we were talking about it on stream today, and I said, like, is it the same dude? Because he sounds like there's a completely different tone. There's a completely like there's always been that air of pomp and flog that I mean, if you're from the US, I don't know if flog translate like a wanker. Like, oh, that's probably an Aussie word too.
Fuckwit.
Bit of a fuckwit, and up himself, kind of, you know, tickets on himself. You know that, but it was clearly the same guy, but like, you know, he's got this kind of like, I don't know, weird sort of newbornish like appreciation for things, and he's sort of this wholesome character now that
look,
I don't know, I feel good about it.
My heart broke a bit when who said what? It was like, oh, I've been told I've got friends in the tower or something like that. Like, do you remember?
It's just a cruel joke. I wouldn't turn up. But like, hang on, how does this fit in with that bit of lore where he was like wasn't he living on Earth somewhere or something, or he was on the Tangled Shore?
Yeah, he doesn't. From memory, he doesn't know why people don't like him. He just knows that people react very harshly to him.
That's rough.
So he keeps his helmet on.
That's
I mean,
rough.
he should have had a helmet on.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool, but at the same time, he's kind of got the hood, and you know, he's not. You know, if you saw him from anything other than face on, you wouldn't. It doesn't look like Uldren really. Like, you know, he
Do you know
used to
what
have
my
the
favorite
flowing
thing
long
is?
hair and whatever. What?
Now people, you know, I made that Shawhan video about Uldren.
Yeah.
Now I get all these fucking kids coming
Fucking
in.
idiots. 2 weeks later going, of course, you fucking do.
Look today. Just wrong! Exclamation mark.
Just let him scream into the void. Let him scream through the moon door, Maddie, and just
Guys, go find my Uldren video and just type wrong.
Yeah. And next video. If you'd like to support this video, you can do so by leaving the comment wrong. No, I think it's. I mean, for me, admittedly, like I've got a different outlook to probably half the population that plays Destiny, but I am totally fucking fine with the way this seasonal content is shaping up anyway. It'll probably run thin by the end, but they always sort of do. So, I mean, time will tell. All right, we're going to play the Sting. We're going to jump into the TWAB, and we're going to talk about the literal fuck ton of cool stuff that's in it. I mean, for everyone except Warlocks. Ooh. All right, here we go. The first part of the raid. Look, there is a trailer. I won't play it because it's got probably DMCA pumped full of music. There is a trailer that they made that was basically a montage of sort of gameplay of some really pretty shots of cities from around the world and some streamers hitting the raid on raid night. Tamsin made it in there with a cat's ass. Wonderful. I feel like she's definitely out there putting the foot forward for Aussie
Mate,
Destiny. I've got a cat's ass in my face is the total fucking sum of Australian Destiny representation in that thing, and I love it.
She had a pussy in her face.
Oh, Jesus, Matthew. Hang on. Look, I haven't used this in a long time.
I can't hear it.
It's a fucking air horn. That's enough.
Oh, right.
That's enough.
That's
That's the fucking TOS warning. Oh shit, New Age is in chat too. We're fucking doomed. Actually, it was more of a this. Just a piss wing. It's a Friday night DDU. But go and check it out. Unreal little trailer. I got hyped from it. I feel like it was the perfect way to sort of set the tone for what's to come over the next few days. So there is a heap in there about the verification of determining the legitimacy of world's first runs. Obviously, with Destiny in there, I'm going to stop short of saying the state that it's in, but with the issues that are currently still in game, I feel like, Bungie obviously feel like going through and validating the runs and crossing the I's, dotting the T's. Fucking how the fuck dotting the I's and crossing the T's is definitely is worth their while. So we should have a sort of ratified winner on Monday, November 23 US time. So very cool. Looking forward to, obviously we're going to do it, but it won't be us. If it's us, something's gone terribly wrong with the rest of the world. But we'll be there. We'll be there. Either that or we've somehow managed to fluke our way through an entire fucking raid. So just a quick recap.
You never know.
Mate,
you could always have one of those last wish encounters where you get like
there is
just
genius.
Lucky,
there is genius in stupidity.
And we don't know how it's solved, and everyone's overthinking it.
Yeah.
And the fucking dumb Aussies get on through.
Yeah, there we go. They're drinking beer at 5 a.m. It'll be fun. All right, so just a quick recap on the way it works and the contest modifier and all of that stuff. So contest mode will cap players at 20 power below the activity. So no matter where you are in the raid, obviously the difficulty of it steps up as you progress. Artifact power will be disabled, so it's going completely off gear score. So you've got to hit that 1230, which is the minimum gear score. Well, it's the cap, so that no matter what you do, no matter how far you progress through the raid, you will be doing as much damage as you possibly can and be as unsquishy as you can possibly be. Being above 1230, obviously, it will not provide any additional sort of benefit because that's it. This is my favorite thing that they've done with raids in recent times is like completely level the playing field. I love it. I think it's the best move.
I'm almost at 12:30, and like I've hardly had time to play, to be honest. Like I've played a bit, but I played a lot on the day one, but nowhere near as much as people who really try to get ready for World's First. And I'll probably play a little bit tonight and a bit tomorrow, and I'll be close enough to at least go in and experience it.
Yeah, not because be completely fucked.
Be for the last boss, right? Do you know the encounter?
No, we don't know the flow. They haven't spelled it out, but 1230 is the last boss. Like it is the line.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
I mean, dude, you're gonna get if we do manage to get there, we're gonna get drops anyway. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
As I said, this is my favorite thing about raid races of recent times is the fact that they've completely leveled the playing field by doing this, and it gives everyone the opportunity to get in and kind of like, if you manage to knock this over under contest modifiers, that's a huge achievement, whether you come first, second, or fucking 10th. It doesn't matter. It's a huge thing. So get in there and enjoy it. If you're running the raid race, best of luck. Good luck. Godspeed. And we hope you lose and we beat you anyway. All right. So there will be a world's first raid title. We're not allowed to call it a belt now. Look, I'm just going to completely directly reference the TWAB here. I'm not sure why we're not allowed to call it a belt. it is a belt. Is it a belt? I don't know. Does it have side bits? Wouldn't it have side bits here? I don't know. But it looks like a fucking belt, so it's a belt as far as I'm concerned.
Don't call it a belt.
Yeah. Raid belt.
But they are belts. Mikey, they're a fucking belt. Yeah, Mikey's got one. It's a belt. Maybe they've changed it. Maybe it's no longer a belt.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why it can't be a fucking plaque, man. Everyone loves a good plaque, except on your teeth. That looks
bad. More like a plaque. Doesn't look like it wraps around, or unless it's just.
And what does it need to be?
Looks like a.
Can we just talk about this for a second? This is a uniquely American fucking phenomenon. Like, no one is giving out a fucking belt for any kind of achievement in Australia. This is straight wrestling. Fucking, here's your fucking title belt. I love it. I reckon we don't have that here. So for me, I want a fucking belt.
Wait, what would be the Australian equivalent? A fucking boot. A giant boot. Raid boot.
No, it wouldn't be a boot. I feel like it'd probably be like maybe like a high school t-shirt, you know, when you graduate and everyone writes on your shirt. Like, yeah, you're a fucking cockhead. Power slave or whatever. Yeah, I feel
raid thongs.
Raid thongs. I don't know. Maybe we can circle back to this when we fucking wrap up going through the series shit. But I mean, it could be I mean, it'd have to be something that maybe like an Akubra, a raid Akubra. Like the fucking wide brim.
Get belt. Yeah, it's like combat sports. You get belts. Fair
enough. You got any belts?
What do you expect? A fucking shit trophy, like a T-ball trophy?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if they had like a fucking like a fucking urn that they had to pass around like the ashes. Like, I mean, I don't know whose ashes would be in it.
When do you get those rings? Those trials rings? They're pretty cool.
The raid rings. That's raid rings, man, not trials rings.
Are they trials rings?
You want one? I've got a code for one. I haven't bought it. It's like fucking $200.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna start a fucking Kickstarter. Log Power Slaves fucking raid ring fund. Help this poor guardian purchase one without being murdered by the rest of his family for wasting money on shit.
Wait, is there a jacket this year as well?
Yeah, look, I'm getting there. Look, we'll go down. Here's the emblem. Here's the emblem. Here's the emblem. Spoiler alert. No, I'm on the fucking wrong fucking screen.
Raid didgeridoo.
Raid dig. Yeah, get your dig. Fucking whoop. Be all over it. Oh, we've lost Matt. He's fucking losing it. All right, so there's the contest modifier first 24 hours emblem. It's purple. It's got a little face. I think it's quite cute, actually. It's got Kirby on it. I don't know why he's there. I hope that fucking Nintendo don't launch legal proceedings over that.
Mate, do you watch any of my fucking videos? We've gone over this.
No, I don't.
That emblem.
What is the emblem?
That emblem is taken from the collector's edition book, and it's like the torso of Clovis Bray exo schematic.
Oh wow, there you go. So it's his boobs. They get your Clovis boobs emblem here. And look, there's a raid jacket. You know what I'm sick of? Not that I've ever had to fucking even the opportunity to buy one, but a raid jackets. When are we getting raid flanos, Matt? Hey? Like I've suggested this. I've yelled out about it. You know when you can wear that jacket in Australia without fucking dying of hypothermia immediately? Never. Ever.
I actually wore my jacket and it's bloody good when it's.
I've got no doubt that they're incredible jackets. I know that they're incredible, right? But there's a level of appropriateness where, like, even if it was, I don't know, I feel like they can branch out. I feel like how many fucking jackets does Glad own at this point? Fucking 8? Some shit. How many jackets? He's got enough jackets for the rest of his fucking mortal life. Fucking jacket for every day of the week. It's getting stupid.
There's a flannel shirt apparently, but it's not a raid flannel.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I mean, like, what's the sleeveless one? I can kind of go the sleeveless one just because it's sleeveless, but also right? You kind of look like you might be managing someone's hedge fund and riding a yacht.
Either that, or you're coaching a soccer team.
True. You could be. It could be a cold Saturday morning, and you could be coaching the under nines.
UK, right? The old puffer jacket.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could probably smuggle alcohol under it, so it's not all is lost. All right, there we go. That's what that's all about. Okay, so, There's also the next passage in the fucking hell. I'm mangling words this evening. The next part of the TWAB is solely about them introducing SMS verification for free to play accounts entering into Pinnacle activities. Can't wait. I think it's a great move. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of it, but
they're doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it. They are doing it. Yep.
Same as COD, right?
So basically what they're saying is it'll be like Trials, Comp, Iron Banner, the PvP stuff, but they're also going to look to, what else is appropriate to roll it out to. So I imagine things like fucking raid races, which it's a shame it's not going to be in place for this, but at the same time, you got to be paying for the content to get the raid race.
How is it isolated to just those activities?
Well, they're the only ones that are accessible for... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Why isn't it just to play the fucking game against people, right?
Yeah, it's for me.
Oh, I'm just going to go hack in fucking Control. It won't bother anyone. Like, fucking people ripping their fucking hair out.
I assume it was just if you get the free version, you've got to give a phone number, right?
I think that will ultimately be the way it ends up. I feel like that. Tunza, if you aren't playing the free to play version, you won't need to worry about it, mate. Just buy the season pass, you're sweet. It's probably cheaper than a burner fucking phone. I really like that idea. Also, Bungie is doing the Game to Give 2020 fundraising campaign, Lightkeepers. Go and check that out. Very, very cool. I love it when Bungie do this stuff. They do it so well. They always hit the right notes with their charity stuff, and Bungie Foundation just keeps smashing it every time. It's one of the things that makes me proud as fuck to be part of this community and support Bungie. Not a complete zealot, but I'm fucking close. There are a few donation incentives, and we'll check them out now. Look at that! That fucking emblem is cool, man. It looks I mean, it's like the Target logo, I suppose, but then it's fire. Fire's cool, universally cool. Fire. And a little love heart, the little love heart ghost, and this emblem. So look, you go through it. If you're interested in getting involved in that, jump into the TWAB. There's a whole heap of stuff, but we're going to dive straight into the next part, which is titled Tuning the Darkness. Probably should have been titled Nerfing the Darkness based on what fucking happened. But basically, I'll read through it. We've known for a little while, right, as a community, that Shadebinders, or Shitbinders, as I've started calling them, have been running a little hot, right? They've been sailing pretty fucking close to the wind, if not well in front of it, and have been well overpowered. Now, I'm not saying that means I agree with everything that's been in the TWAB, but I am totally fucking down to see some reduction in the ability of that class to fuck me up. So let's dive in and talk about the changes that are happening to both Stasis and the changes that are happening to Shadebinders. So the Stasis changes, the breakout damage at its maximum from being frozen is reduced to 90 hit points from 110. So it's not much of a change. They've also adjusted the curve that reduces breakout damage using resilience and increased the damage reduction effect resilience has, so that the higher resilience, the more valuable it is. Maddie, you have spoken to this, I believe, already, or was it Nick? I can't remember. I get the two of you mixed up because you're both just great blokes. But
I haven't spoken a lot about it. I knew there was some sort of association between resilience and how much damage you took out of it, and that it probably would be good to spec into resilience for that reason, but that's about it.
Beautiful. All right. Well, look, now there is a clear-cut benefit, so that's what you get out of it. You'll cop less damage.
What level? Do you know what level you need? Where's the fucking?
It says
the
it caps.
Look like?
Well, they haven't got the curve in there. I'm sure that if you went to someone like fucking Mercules, he would probably know. I don't know whether they've spoken about it on the DCP. He was on there today. Maybe he has. Maybe he's plotted it out already. But it caps at 90 resilience, so you don't need to run 100 to get the full benefit. Which, like, if you're running 100 resilience. Fucking God bless you, cotton socks. Holy shit, you're a very scared individual, and I hope someone just finds you and just holds you close to their chest and gives you the fucking hug you so desperately need. Right, so Penumbral Blast Stasis Warlock melee, the fucking magic wand. The projectile speed has been reduced by 20%. 20% off projectile speed.
Good.
Penumbral Blast. I don't think so. I've never done it, but I'm not all that likely
It was
to
too
even
quick
try.
before.
I'll just fucking run. Penumbral Blast, Stasis Warlock melee. Range has been reduced from 28 meters to 16 meters. So
Was it 28 meters of all?
yeah, it's now 16. So I don't know. That's a big saving of meters.
The thing is, it's still got to one shot freeze you as a melee. So
Yeah, I mean, look, and if that's what it is, that's what it is. But fucking hell, it's not like just across the map.
I like, it was one of the things that was probably higher on my list to be nerfed than the super itself, because at least the super, you got to fucking get kills and build it up, and it's only every, twice a game that warlocks are fisting you. Whereas when it's just your melee.
Yeah, it's just, you can spec for that. Just use your hot Monte Carlo and bloody freezing people left, right, and center. Winter's Wrath, the Stasis Warlock super, duration reduced from 30 seconds to 24 seconds. So 6 seconds off. I feel like I'm in a bloody rugs gallery just selling.
Say it again, sorry.
The length of the super duration has been reduced from 30 seconds to 24 seconds. So it's not the most mobile super. I mean, I don't know. Aura was talking last night, like you can really book it when you're up in the air, but I don't know. I feel like compared to like the mobility in the Titan class, it's not even close. The Winter's Wrath light attack, the Stasis Warlock super, the cost has been reduced. 5% per burst is now down to 4.5% per burst. That's a saving of 0.5%. Congratulations. Whatever. And the cold snap grenade that everyone's been, the one that we said just jump last week, and everyone's like, oh, you can jump. The amount of people who've come in and told me, oh, yeah, you were right. I know I'm fucking right. Cold snap seeker reduced by 23%. So it's considerably slower. So it's going to be easier to dodge again. I reckon it's going to shift. I reckon people will start using the dusk light, I believe it is.
The dome.
The big bubble, because it is, if you can like hit someone at their feet, unless they are moving instantly, they're going to end up in there frozen. It's great. I don't disagree with it, because what it means is you can't just fucking peg it around a corner now and like there's been times like I know they're there, I'm just gonna fucking yeet it and it will get them basically. Yeah.
Whereas
they're
now
trying to reload or whatever, and you just
have line of sight, and you're gonna have to get it at least pretty close to them so they can't get away quickly. So
on top of that, the cold snap freeze duration has been lowered from 4.75 seconds to 1.35 seconds. So you will get frozen, bang, you're out. Like if you are using that grenade, you're going to have to throw it and fucking get in there to finish them off super quick. And to me, that sounds heaps riskier than it was just a day ago. So I feel like it's kind of been nerfed. The same is true. The same duration change is true of the ice flare bolts. So the warlock melee. No. I'm thinking of the other thing. Penumbral blast has also been changed to that.
What was penumbral blast?
The warlock melee. What's ice flare bolts? I don't know. Something else. Someone else's.
Is the ice flare bolt the fucking
shit?
The one that tracks off it? Like the aspect or whatever?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
You know how when you get a freeze, then it spreads?
There's lots of miscellaneous cold words, and I'm having trouble keeping up. Cold snap, freeze, ice flare, penumbra, fucking whatever. Winter's Wrath.
The cold wolves, Willie?
It's all fucking happening. So and Winter's Wrath heavy attack, the boom no longer affects players who are not encased. So there's no damage or anything there. So unless you are frozen, the heavy attack, the you know where it does the AoE effect that shadows everyone. Yeah. It no longer affects people who aren't frozen. So
oh god, because people would just go around spamming this shit out of that, getting you through walls and stuff.
They just look like Mary Poppins and sound like Skrillex. It's a weird combo. Riz pointed that out to me yesterday. She's like, "It's the fucking dubstep super." Just goes wob wob.
Wob 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 wob.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know how you feel about it. If you main a warlock, you basically, I don't know. I'd feel probably a bit miffed. I guess in PvE, taking those changes over.
Yeah,
talking to Jugsy, who mains.
What did that actually do to the super? The super was just to have a reduced duration.
Yeah.
So the tracking balls are still going to fucking do 90-degree turns and track you. They still shoot 3 of them.
Yep.
Is the freeze duration changed on that? No.
No. Only on the blast. Only on the melee.
Only on the melee.
Yeah. So I mean, look, you've got less time to use.
Not going to be. Yeah, like.
But you can throw more. You can throw more Mary Poppins magic out because the recharge.
A lot of attack. Yeah. You got to increase recharge rate. I love that. Hey guys, Warlock's overpowered. We better
give him like the tiniest 0.5 buff, and then just like and every other way it's been fucking just cut in half. He ranges half. He fucking supers a third shorter. Anyway, look, I guess that's what you get for being OP. I don't know. Who knows? So the next part of the TWAB that was pretty important is the fact that they've kind of admitted that something that we spoke about on the podcast last week, that our gravest concern for the Destiny at the moment was the swimming in the kiddie pool end of the loot pool, that it was shallow. There wasn't all that much to strive for. So what they're doing to add a bit of diversity, they're going to be bringing some stuff back and taking some stuff out that was kind of undesirable to begin with. So they're going to be removing all legendary weapons that hit their infusion cap at the end of this season. They're going to add all of the 7th Seraph weapons from Season 10. So from Rasputin's ones, all the Seraph guns. Add the Season 11 seasonal and planetary reprisal weapons. Now, I don't have a list in front of me. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm sure if you're rocking on and you want to write out what it is in the YouTube comments, I'll appreciate you for it. But old Uncle Logs, he's had a few beers and he's not particularly fussed. Just know that there's going to be more fucking guns in the game, I guess. That's the long and short of it. That's if you're picking up what I'm putting down. They're weighting drop chances so that the newer items are more likely to drop, which is great. You're not going to get your 4 millionth fucking, I don't know. What guns are even still in it? I guess like Dire Promise and stuff are still dropping, and they're everywhere. I think it's a great move, and I think that before we move on to any like the bugs and stuff that in the TWAB, we're a week and a half into a DLC, and they've nerfed a subclass and added a whole heap of weapons back into the loot pool. I mean, admittedly, 24th of November is when this drops, but that whole thing about it won't be until the next fucking season that this gets rectified, I think we can lay that whole thing to rest. I think if we're vocal about something as a community in a constructive manner and say, hey, this isn't on, we're not enjoying this aspect of this, and that message gets back, which clearly it has. They've listened and they've put it into action in under 2 weeks. And, right now, the stasis effects are in full effect. And November 24, we're getting a whole heap of weapons come back into the loot pool. Now, having weapons come back into the loot pool isn't quite the same as having more weapons to pursue that are new. But I think it's something that I will take way more seriously when developing for future releases, because we've made it abundantly clear that that's what's important to us, right? So I think it's good. I think, you can get cranky if that's what you want to do, if you're upset. Look, if you're a warlock and you're fucking, you probably have a little bit of a right to be a little bit miffed, but at the same time, you've got to think too that if they can nerf something that quick, that if something needs to come back up,
yeah, but
they can do that.
Let's
quick.
Be honest. If you're a warlock upset right now, it's like you're a billionaire and you lost a couple million and you're still a fucking billionaire. Like,
He's still well in front.
like,
Oh no, my fucking 8.0 KD might be a 7.8 now. Fucking no one cares. Cry me a river. I'm just trying to be diplomatic, man. You know I don't give a fuck about.
Do you know? Actually, do you remember what happened when we were playing? You owe me a fucking apology. Remember?
Yeah, I do. Actually,
hunters.
we can do that right now. I played with Matt on my hunter, and I was at the step of I was doing the quests to get the fragments or whatever they are. I can't remember the fragments and the aspect. I think it was aspects, whatever the smaller one is when you get the quests. And I did it in 2 Crucible games. I did both picked up both the Crucible ones. On a Warlock, I did it in 2 games. On the Hunter, it took me like 10, 15 games. It took fucking forever. And it was hard, man. It's a much more difficult class to use. And I don't know. I think of the 3 of them, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe just the way the Titan works and the like literally just flying around the map, smashing the shit out of stuff. That's me to a T anyway. Like I don't mesh with a Hunter all that well. But Matty having a big fucking sook on his stream about the Hunters copping the raw end of the deal, I can't disagree with him. I feel like
you know what though? It's actually grown on me. It has grown on me, the class and how to use it, and I still don't know how good. It depends what the more fragments and aspects come out, and I mean we saw that crazy shit. Oh, that's not stasis. I was gonna say the Arthurus's embrace.
Yeah.
With
I mean,
like
that's
one
honestly, admittedly,
fucking...
that's the one thing that I've not chased and probably should have is the new exotics by doing the lost sectors. I think that
line up light.
Yeah, I am now. I put quite a bit of time into it over the last couple of days. I think if you can get to like 12:30 odd, you'd probably be okay. I mean, they're not easy; they're fucking hard, and I think that's the intention. But I'm at 12:40 now base, so I can probably start to get in there, and obviously, the more competent player you are, the lower gear score you can do it at. So we need to be as high as fucking possible. But yeah, look, Matty, I do owe you an apology. I was calling you all kinds of names, softcock and whatever, about having a cry. And look, the second that I had to put the shoe on the other foot and actually play as a hunter for a little bit, I found out pretty quick that he's yeah, I was angry. I was genuinely angry. Yeah. All right, so there's a heap of stuff in the hot fixes. We won't do that. We'll just go straight through to the important shit. Movie of the week. This is basically the fucking world revolves around this. I'm pretty sure that presidents have come and gone based on whether or not they're capable of winning movie. The fucking light behind me just went off. There's
Poltergeist.
Jesus, it's the ghost of a president.
I promise.
Okay.
If you die to a ghost on stream, I'll monetize it.
Thank you. Just for the kids.
And I'll use the money to pay for your funeral.
Yeah, just make it clickbait or something. I don't know. Somehow put like some product placement.
And actually, my podcast host log died on stream, not clickbait.
Keck
Scary
W.
footage.
Keck
Killed
W.
by ghost.
Killed by ghost. Keck W. Poggers. Poggers death.
Hey, that's reminded me. I was reading an article, right?
Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is good.
And like it was about media use, like social media and video games and all electronic media use, and kids with autism. And they used the word lurkers. And I was like they said, because I'm talking about like social skills, and they were saying things like, there were so many views on this post, but not many comments. And they said, so that means most of them were lurkers. But I don't feel like lurkers is an official. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I know it's a real word, but in the context of.
Yeah, right. It's like an academic word now, where it's.
Well, no, I don't think it should be.
Really?
I think it should be explained what a lurker is. It's very contextual.
Yeah, it should probably be like a non-interactive viewer, right? Like that's kind of what it is, yeah. But
Yes, mate.
but
You can do a PhD.
now you can throw a hot lurk on someone's PhD and mate, I'm here for it. I'm just not, exclamation mark lurks in uni.
I saw a screenshot of those fucking like when teachers take photos of essays and shit, and it was like someone said poggers in an essay.
I saw that as well. I saw that as well. Poggers is not an academic word. Hey, fucking count your days. If lurkers is, fucking poggers will be there soon. Count your fucking days. All right, so look, I'll stop fucking around. I won movie of the week. I'm just gonna big note myself.
Gotcha,
there you go,
mates.
fucking. But look, I came third. I don't know if it come third. Look, I think I'm the only movie of the week that's ever had warning, strobing lights, and imagery attached to it. But look. In all seriousness, I was kind of fucking a little bit apprehensive about just putting pure, just log power slave written orchestral death metal just out into the Destiny sphere. I thought a whole heap of people would be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And like, no one's been like that. It's been fucking like probably the most wholesome experience of my time in Destiny, except like having beers with people and being awesome, which is basically the rest of it. But yeah, like if you've been out there and you've said something kind through the course of the last week about this, cheers. And I mean that from the bottom of my fucking shriveled black heart.
Someone clip it. Dad doesn't give you a compliment very often, kids. Fucking clip that.
Dad's like, you did a good job, little one. Right now, fucking go and pick up the dog shit.
Aggressive pat on the head. Now go clean your room.
There you go. All right, well, that's the end of the 12. I mean, there was a couple of other incredibly worthy winners. We'll go through the art. Look, there actually, you know what the other thing is? I realized that this is probably Gamma's only opportunity to get that emblem because he does visual art and he's a shoe-in for like the other artist emblem. But I don't know that he's ever done a video. So there you go. Me carrying Gamma for probably the first time that's ever happened. And, I'll take credit for that. Wait, he's going to get
it too?
Yeah, because he's involved. So he'd have it by now. I got mine. Very pretty.
Wow. Talking about Gamma.
Oh, we're not. No, we're going to leave that alone. Sadly. Really? Yeah, well, you can. I don't know. We're going to talk about the fact that Gamma apparently has a secret lewd fucking
Gamma's
account.
Revealed. I don't know if he's trolling because he fucking could be, but I know he's a filthy fuck too. So he could definitely have one. That he has a filthy, lewd porno drawing account. I do not know about it. I'm saying right now, he has never told me about it. I don't know that. People are messaging me to find out what it is, and I don't know.
I'll tell you what we'll do. If you can find Gamma's lewd account and verify it and send it to either me or Matt will send you a signed collector's edition of the Destiny.
I don't have any.
I know.
I don't have any.
I know, but you will fucking get one. He will travel to the ends of the earth. We need this. It's for nothing sus. Nothing sus. We just want to know what's out there. I just want to look at it first, just to make sure that it's safe for everyone else. Okay, that's just. I'll be the guy that falls on his sword, looking at the incredibly well drawn fucking hentai or whatever the fuck he's up to. I don't know. Gamma would be up to some sus shit. I
don't think so.
All right, so there you go. If you're listening to this, wherever you are, let us. You get me that link, and you can prove it. I'm signed. I don't know, maybe a fucking law book or some shit. Yeah. There you go. All right, well that brings us to the end of the TWAB. But before we fucking move on, we'll go through the art. Jack Drawers, look at that. That is like a cinematic masterpiece of a poster. Holy shit. That looks like if Destiny Beyond Light was a fucking movie, that would be it.
Yeah, I like it. I'm liking those posters.
Hang on, that's kind of spoiler alert, I guess, unless you've fucking read the web lore. This is Osiris watching fucking Sagira explode and die.
Yeah, but that's happened in
sad.
game now, so it's not spoilers.
Yeah, true. Yep. And the last one, pretty happy with this. Drifter taking selfies, just to further prove that he's a fucking dickhead. There you go. Dude, come on. Like, I mean, I guess look, at least he's got the mask on and he's doing the right thing with COVID and all that. Eris, not so much. Pretty disappointed. I don't think the Exo Stranger can catch it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if COVID's a thing on Europa anyway, but moving on. Right, there we go. And
It
now
probably would be because like heat. Wait, is it heat or cold that destroys COVID?
It's if you inject UV light into your veins, I think is how you kill the COVID.
Oh fuck, we said the C word.
When? COVID.
Yeah, we'll get demonetized. YouTube will pick up on it.
Challenge
Kiss
accepted.
that.
Well, so we could say cunt, but we can't say COVID.
Yeah, we'll lose $1.50
Fuck.
ad revenue.
Oh, all my homies hate the fucking
$1.50 ad revenue gone.
Fucking pour one out. Pour one out for the DDU chat. Fuck me. All right. Well, look, we can talk lore this week because we kind of promised that we wouldn't last week because everything was still hot and fresh and only a few days in. But I know that you've been up to your bloody little chin in it, buried in it over the last few days. So I think we'll do that. Actually, I'm going to duck to the gents before you start, so you can just rock on and tell people whatever you want to tell them. But
well, I mean, Gandalf in chat's our favorite person. He just posted a fucking Rickroll. Never going to give you up. And I thought that's pretty funny. He got booped by Nightbot immediately, but good try.
Overzealous Nightbot. Cop that. All right, I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, I do like that. People, well, it's just me and you, chat. Just me and you. Lost me bud. I didn't. What were we meant to be doing? I wasn't listening. I think I'm going to tell you some lore. Look, don't spoil it. I reckon people have been. I reckon more people have read the lore this season than any other season, because people have actually been telling me the lore, which is unusual. I have only read the Dark Future. I've been told about Lament. Don't fucking spoil it. I can't wait for that to come out. Oh, I think that's a fucking good bit of lore. Dark Future is interesting. We're going to go over that now. I don't think Dark Future is a spoiler because I sort of put it in the same category as Chronicon, which was the lore written by Callus or Callus's scribes, and it's just anything that's it's possible, but it doesn't have any correlation to our future, if that makes sense. So I do think that Dark Future is completely fine to chat about, but if you really want to avoid it, that's fair enough as well.
It's kind of like I don't feel like there's spoilers in it just because of how fucking tangential it is. Like, it's kind of, if you took everything to the nth degree in the most negative possible way, that's ultimately what this book is. So, I think it's, if you haven't read it yet or you want to read it yourself and, that, just dip, please. Don't want to ruin it.
It is also a pretty easy read if you do. It's not actually very long, and there's different styles of writing at Bungie, and this is a pretty cruisy read. It's not none of this fucking gravity wave pulses, magnetic butt plugs, fucking, like
space chuff.
Like it's an easy read. Anyway, so it's a Dark Future, right? This is finally revealed. The Exo Stranger's Dark Future. When we very first met her, she said there's a fucking future full of darkness. She's been trying to prevent it. It never really was explained. Now it's explained. Anna Bray, it sort of starts with Anna Bray tracking down the Exo Stranger and trying to learn stasis from her, saying she doesn't know how to use stasis. She wants to be taught stasis. It gives a hint that there are Dark Guardians, and later in the book we find out that a whole bunch of Guardians were in fact corrupted. Her plan is to learn stasis and Abray and also resurrect Rasputin and to take out Savathun. That's the plan. They do resurrect Rasputin in the Deepstone Crypts. He is on a thumb drive. Well, he's on a drive. I just imagine it's a really good USB. Like, how many gigs do you reckon Rasputin is? He'd be a bit.
What? One of these puppies. just on this.
I reckon he might be more than that.
Yeah, okay.
Well, wait, does AI take up a lot though, or is it all because it's AI? It doesn't.
No, I reckon it'd take up a lot. I mean, he's installed into a fucking war mine, for God's sake. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that. Yeah,
I mean,
I reckon.
Look, I just imagine when she was transferring him, it came up with an error, said not enough room,
not enough drive space.
She had the fucking uninstalled COD.
His COD had downloaded 6 fucking updates at 1 million gig each.
Oh, the dark future when COD's still
It's
around.
a truly dark future. COD fucking 2 million is out. And you need all of the computers in the universe just to fucking download it and install it. You need a runner on it. It's the only operating system you can install it on is an actual fucking war mine.
COD takes up the space of 2 engrams.
There you go.
Rasputin's on one. Anyway, yeah, that's a good laugh. So look, minor differences, but still similarities with our timeline, because obviously Rasputin in our timeline is currently in an engram. So, oh, you know what I forgot to say? I wrote an article for PC Gamer, by the way.
Oh yeah, you did too. And it was a fucking good one too. I read it because it was like.
Did you read it?
Yep.
Oh, how did you like reading it rather than listening?
Honestly, I'd rather listen to you. I don't know. I'm kind of used to that. Maybe it's just that I don't like change, but it was well written. I don't know. Is that your normal sort of format for when you read something? Like,
oh yeah, it's a normal script. I'd probably put a bit more effort into like tidying it up.
Yep.
But yeah, it's basically written.
That was
like
good, man. It's fucking great.
Read it anyway. If you want to update on before Deepstone Crypt, that video covers everything you need to know before the raid, essentially. Yep. Beyond Light Summary, Deepstone Crypt, pretty poggers. for the lurkers in chat.
Full of poggers for the lurkers in chat.
Right. Rasputin's on a thumb drive. Slight differences in our timelines. It doesn't matter. They go to Deepstone Crypt, plug him in, resurrect Rasputin into an exo body. He comes out spouting Russian already. While they're in Deepstone Crypt, they find the Drifter. He's dead. No explanation.
Yeah, he's just standing in a console, dead.
And they said something like, "Oh, he must have been doing what we were doing." What? Trying to resurrect Rasputin? I don't get that, but I don't get that part. I was like, "What do you mean?" Maybe just trying to survive, I guess.
Yeah, or maybe he just went all the way there to resurrect Rasputin. Fucking realized he forgot the USB stick and died of embarrassment.
Or the only thing I was thinking, because it was really odd about the Drifter being in Deepstone Crypt, I was thinking, and because he hasn't really played a role, and Eris hasn't really played a role in the Beyond Light, they've both been just fucking sitting
kind
in
of
the
passengers.
back. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, I wonder if they're gonna do like bring Eris and Drifter into the Deepstone Crypt somehow, and maybe like in our time we would save him, but maybe they'll set up a scenario where he would be there or he's talking us through something. So it's sort of brings. I think
really the whole sort of start of that book is just trying to drive home the kind of desperate stakes that everyone's facing, right? Like, so the Drifter's already dead. He's died doing something desperate, and Anna's got this harebrained plan to resurrect fucking Rasputin and all of this sort of shit. So it's all going sideways, or has gone sideways, and this is the whole book reads like it's like a last ditch effort. What did you make of who else is just dispatched without any fucking concern? Akora.
Yeah, that's yeah. So the next
She's
the
under
next
that
scene,
pile of rubble. Fucking get wrecked, says Zavala. Fucking wasn't wearing a helmet. Unlucky.
dead doo. So once they got old Rasputin, they doesn't really explain it, but they for whatever reason feel like they need to go find a core array. So they head back to the city, and this is where you get a bit of information about what happened. And they call it the bombardment, which was Aramis, Savathun, the Cabal, and Dark Guardians attacking the city. They take out everyone. And at that spot, they find disheveled Zavala, who is lightless, who tells them that Akora is also dead. And he's lost his light. And the plan is, it's batshit crazy, this law book. Like,
It's fucking nuts. It's like, I was mildly offended when you said it's like if you wrote a really bad law book and then but it was also just insanely like crazy and good. And I'm like, okay. And then I went in there and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of harebrained shit that I'd come out with.
Yeah. And then, so Zavala's disheveled. And
he's got a mad beard, apparently. He's got a mad beard. I imagine like if you took Tefty's beard and made it grey but put it on Zavala, it was like that.
Yeah.
Just impeccable beard.
And he's living like a hobo out of the almighty wreckage.
Why the wreckage of the almighty of all fucking places?
Well, they needed a setup for for Rasputin in the exo body to find the blueprints to track down the traveler.
Ah, right. Yeah, there you go. Fair enough.
So
yeah,
when they bring Exo Boy, Exo Russian Boy back to Zavala's home in the Almighty, he realizes they could find some data on the Almighty's records that were being encrypted and only a Warmind could get through, because they know that Gold tracked down the Traveler. Oh, by the way, the Traveler ran away.
Yeah.
So the Traveler
probably
fled.
the biggest plot point of the whole thing is the Traveler just put down the fucking Campese goose step and just off he fucked.
Yeet.
It fucked.
Just got out of there. So the Traveler fled as well. And so now the plan is to track down the Traveler, capture the Traveler using the technology that Gold created, and drag the Traveler to the fight.
Yeah.
It's revealed also, it just never ends. It's revealed also that Eris Morn, they say Savathun's the puppet. Eris Morn betrayed us, and that Savathun is the real queen, the real witch. And some people in my chat were like, "Oh, Eris Morn is Savathun," and I'm like,
it does.
I see how
it reads. It reads like, to me, my interpretation of it was that like Eris somehow wrote herself into that power structure above Savathun. Like something happened where she became the most powerful fucking dark force somehow. Right, like that's not explained, but that's the way it reads. That's the way I took it.
It is said that she's wielding the power of the darkness the most efficiently, or she has full mastery or something like that over the darkness. So she's really sort of done well. She's a fucking avatar, right? she's the last darkness.
She's a stasis bender. Yes.
She's done a good job. It's a little bit confusing because they say that she's the witch, but then they also say witch queen, because there's a scene where Zavala's getting fucking pummeled during the bombardment, during the attack on the city. He gets his leg ripped out of his socket and he gets a light pulled from him. And in the paragraph before, it's like Eris is the real witch. And then it says witch queen. So it's like, I was having a hard time going, are they talking about Savathun or are they talking about Eris? And then I was like, oh, it must be Eris. They must now switch to saying Eris is the witch queen because she's at the pinnacle.
Yeah.
But then in another paragraph a bit further down, it actually says Eris and the Witch Queen. So it sort of separates, still sort of calling Savathun the Witch Queen, even though she's not really at the pinnacle, which was a bit tough. Right. They go to the Traveler. Zavala has a freak out, right? Oh, chuck me a VB. I need a fucking VB. You want a VB? Oh, I could. Oh,
Mate, Matty's in here reading the fucking law. He could crack tins, right?
Oh, I could crack a tinny right now.
I've got no tinnies. I've got stubbies, mate.
I don't drink beer often, but I'm fucking thirsty tonight. That's for sure. Anyway.
Yep.
They get the. Oh, right. As they approach the Traveler, Zavala hits the deck. He basically has communication with the Traveler, right? Just like he would be a speaker, essentially. So he has visions. Well, he has a full-on conversation with the Traveler, basically. He speaks to it and it speaks back, and he realizes that the Traveler's going to leave. So like, right, we need to make sure he captured it. Oh, I forgot. Before they did that, they needed someone to build it. They needed someone to build the contraption.
Yeah, so they take it to Marasov.
Yeah,
They go to Marasov, the other fucking loose end.
Where's Marasov?
The reef. I don't know. Where is she? I can't remember. Oh, she's on the fucking Leviathan. Yeah. So she's on the Leviathan. She's taken over all the remnants of everyone's fucking leftovers, turned them into an army that can build the machine to capture the Traveler so that it cannot run away again, so that we can use it to fight Eris Morn on the moon and fucking defeat them once and for all with the light. And that's kind of the setup for the final battle that is the last chapter.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like if you had a big wheel and then one wheel you had characters, another wheel you had alive or dead, and the last wheel you had like location, and you just gave it a good old
spin.
Marasov, yep, alive, yep, and she's on the Leviathan. Good.
It's like fucking Cluedo. It was Marasov. Marasov with the fucking
the Leviathan.
With the awoken power on the Leviathan.
Got him. Right, so they basically capture the Traveler. They drive it back to fucking the final battle on the moon. Eris is in the Scarlet Keep. Dark Guardians on their side. This is the last hurrah as they drop in fucking ODST fucking drop pods. Anna Bray still hasn't learned stasis, apparently. And then in the heat of battle, Eris is like, thank you, Anna, for fucking bringing all my enemies to one place. And I was like, gasp. Anna Bray is actually Betrayos, and she freezes the Exo Stranger. Oh, she kills Marasov first. There you go. Fucking, now she's dead.
Yeah, boom.
Stabs Marasov, freezes her, stabs her. Exo Stranger breaks free, freezes Anna Bray, kills her, and then the Exo Stranger wakes up in another timeline. It is very much implying that the Exo Stranger probably has less control over her time travel than we probably thought. She relives a loop. She complains about reliving the same loop.
So the crazy thing about this is that it reads like fucking insane, bad, like just maniacal fiction, right? Like if you just want to throw the entire Destiny universe into chaos in the space of 9 pages, that's how you do it. But that's the Exo Stranger that we're talking to on Europa, is the one who lived through that. So it has a real fucking basis in the shit that you do in game, right? Like that's the thing that kind of trips me out. Like the Exo Stranger that we're talking to, that's guiding us through the events of Beyond Light, or lived through it and killed a sister and all of this. So like the part that I'm like trying to wrap my head around is if you are that Exo Stranger and you are in our timeline, why the fuck are you hanging around Eris Morn at all and encouraging you to use stasis? Like, that's a fucking... what's going on?
That's the point. That's the point, right? So, in her timeline, she avoided stasis and she denied stasis from Anna Bray, and it didn't make a difference.
Okay. So now she's like, fuck it, everyone can have it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's like when your kids are just on you, can I have an ice cream, can I have an ice cream, can I have an ice cream? And you're like, no. And then you just crack with one and you've got to give it to all of them. Ah, fucking whatever. And then they're all pumped up full of sugar, just fucking just carrying on.
So like that is why it's ironic when she's speaking to Anna Bray in the darkness. What's it called? Fucking not the Dark Future Quest. Whatever the post campaign quest is with
the little like in-game cutscene, yeah.
Right. And so in all the previous times, remember that her relationship with Anna Bray is denying her stasis. And then in this timeline, she has been avoiding her, and then finds like, you know what? Fuck it. It hasn't worked previously, this whole avoidance strategy. I'm just going to tell I'm wielding stasis. And what does it do? It does the same thing as every other timeline. It drives a rift between them, and Anna Bray storms off. I fucking really, really hope that Anna Bray becomes a villain. I think it'll be fucking sick.
I don't know. I mean, fuck, there's a lot of like, I don't know. I wish you could understand the time frame that this occurred in, right? Like, was it hundreds and hundreds of years for Eris to go from like someone who we now, like right now, view as someone who is on our side?
No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like because the Aramis is there. So I'm thinking it's very like if we didn't stop Aramis, the bombardment could have happened. So like I think it's pretty close together.
I still feel like part of me is just like, I want Eris to be the ultimate villain of the Destiny universe. I want that because I feel like Mauler as a voice actor and Eris as a character could carry it to probably a place that no other villain has really been in this franchise, where they could nearly be that character that you like, the fucking Negan from The Walking Dead, that character that you love to an extent but also fucking hate. And like, I feel like that would kick this shit into gear, and I don't know that there's another character in the franchise that can do it. That was the thing that I couldn't stop thinking reading that whole book, is like, this is fucked, but part of me hopes that at least some of this shit happens, because it would be wild, man. It would be fucking wild. And to be fair, Mauler did all like Omnigol's scream and all that sort of shit too, so she can go pretty hard on the dark side of the fence. She can be evil. She can do that.
Man, I would love to see an actual evil Eris. I just think it's been memed on so much, it wouldn't get the respect that.
Yeah,
and that's hard to do with like people like me who've made probably fucking 10 is Eris evil videos. I regret now. I regret.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that for a long time.
It's almost like when it happens in any franchise, anything that's got like a hardcore like base of people that are into the story, and it's like the community writes a story before it's played out in the game.
Yeah.
And then it seems like they've just followed what the community wants, but it's not really. It's almost like dibbing something, like dibs.
Yeah, but like it's like you got to be careful too, though, because you can end up in like Lost syndrome. You know that, like the TV show Lost, where basically it went for one season and then everyone figured out what was happening and everyone kind of knew what was happening, and they went, oh well, fuck, we'll just make something else happen then, and just turned into like 8 seasons of fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they could do it justice in game, like it could be, if they made it epic enough, people would be like, you know, like this. If they made it, instead of like a surprise plot twist, that it became like an element of like, it's nearly Eris's fate to do that, and we're like watching this slowly happen and are kind of powerless to stop it. I feel like that's a completely different angle yet again. I feel like that's the way to do it if they're going to do it from here. But I don't know. How do you like as a dude who specializes super heavily in telling people what has happened in game? How do you feel about these books that are kind of like that are a departure from that? That are like, is it fun for you to dive into something like this, or is it kind of like, does it just raise more questions than answers and is a bit of a pain in the ass?
Look, I think these books are more like closer to fan fiction than they are like, not that they're not canon, but they're not gonna tell you, as far as like, I can't use it to theory craft about what's gonna happen really in our timeline. I mean, maybe you could, maybe something happens and you can draw similarities between it. I think this really was probably more about wrapping up the Exo Strangers storyline and just giving you the back. It was just, an exposition on the background of the Exo Stranger, where she came from, what she experienced. Personally, I think it probably had maybe a bit too many elements in there because it almost
it felt like Infinity War at the end of it. It felt like fucking Infinity War or whatever the fuck, where it was just like characters get their like 1 second fucking cameo at the end, and you're like, yeah, it's all made again, yeah.
But yeah, it's meant to be. I mean, it's meant to. It is a timeline. This is all meant to be, and it's like it feels a little bit hard to believe when it all like. Drifter dies, Ikora dies, Zavala loses light, Traveler flees, Traveler's captured, Raspian's resurrected, Marasov's killed, Anna Bray betrays, Anna Bray's killed, Eris Morn is evil.
Jump. Exo Stranger wakes up in our timeline.
Like,
I mean, that's it. That's fine. It. Like, to a character in our universe that we inhabit, it did happen. So... Yeah. I don't know. That's the part of it that I find the most interesting is that like she's lived that reality. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I love this sort of stuff. Maybe it's a huge red herring. Maybe there's something at play that we don't see yet.
Yeah, it gives them a chance to just like go a bit crazy with stuff when you do it, and that has positives and negatives. Like the positive is they can just go crazy and they can say whatever they want. They can plant red herrings and be like. Because that's the thing is they put so much stuff in there, it's got so much information, you can't draw anything from it. So for example, if the book was mainly about Eris turning evil, it would be really easy to make a video saying, whoa, this might happen in our timeline. But the fact that it's got like just everything in it, it's like, it makes everything not believable for our own timeline.
That and it kind of glosses over the whole process of Eris becoming evil. It's just like... Bang, Eris is evil. Cop that, motherfucker. Like, it's just done.
Yeah. Which obviously is intentional with it. So, yeah, I put it in the same boat as the Chronicon, the fucking Callus's little scribes, just writing whatever they want, making up history. Like, it's cool.
True. All right, well, what we might do, we'll open chat up now. So if you've got any questions or comments or anything you want to make on the current state of Destiny or... lore, especially given we've just finished talking about it, or anything at all, we'll throw 10 minutes at that, and then we'll probably just fuck off and go and drink beers and I don't know, play Destiny and do what we do. Rock and roll. It's Maddie, can I say something to you?
Yeah.
It is enjoyable. No. It is it is enjoyable watching you get into comp, because that's the shit. That is the thing that lit all of this fucking fire in me. That is, that was where I started getting better. And I can see that there's this little seed of competitive little shithead that's in there. I know it's there.
Allowed it is to be honest, what's helped it is the changes they did to sniper rifles and mountaintop, and I can go in there with no time to explain and be competitive. Like I've got a weapon to be competitive with.
Yeah, it's a good gun.
That
as
was always a bit of a barrier for me because I didn't have some of those weapons. And man, I've been having heaps of fun. I've played more. I just go in solo. I just fucking freelance.
Yeah, I mean, freelance is good because you can get in and just concentrate on your own game, and you know, like you can control what you can control, and it's your own performance, and stick it with the team and whatever. I don't know. As someone who's like you know, you come and go a little bit from like playing the game heavily. It's just been pretty rad to see. All right, let's jump in and see what the folks are saying.
I see a couple comments now I could answer if you want.
Rogan Josh, I did a reaction video to the heavy metal song. You did a reaction video to my song. I'm gonna do a reaction video to your reaction video of my song. I'm gonna do that.
Beautiful on stream.
Right. Destiny Down Under episode of comp games with both of you. Do it. What, you want an episode of the podcast recorded while we're playing comp games? It will just be swearing and what the fuck was that and stuff like that. That won't be great. All right, you can answer one if there's one that takes your fancy, Matty. Go for it.
I saw there's one from Low Stance here, but I saw Gandalf as well because can Shaxons change their class from Titans to like Warlocks? That just reminded me because I didn't actually read the web lore, but didn't Osiris just do a whole bunch of batshit crazy shit stuff with like supers and that? Someone was saying he was wielding all
in
three
that
of them
web lore. Yeah, he was. He was nearly simultaneously wielding all three subclasses, but he was still a warlock. So I think you are what you are, and like Osiris, you look at this as Osiris as kind of like the pinnacle of what a warlock can be, and he was, you know, obviously there was no stasis because that's he's not about that, but all three of the light-based subclasses was that book that, like, honestly, the first book, you were reading it on stream, it was like driving around looking at planets that should have been there, right? And it was this fucking dour kind of like, oh my God, this is, and then a conversation with Zavala was kind of like the peak of it. And then the next book is probably the most epic web lore that they've ever done. Fucking just the Zivu Arath fucking text in capitals, just all about war. I'm like, I could lift all of this shit and put it into a metal song and it would fit, and I probably will. So there you go.
You know what? It's probably the same person that wrote, remember the Shax's one? It's probably one of the best fight scenes in Destiny where Shax is just fucking wailing on Felwinter.
It's super visual, that book. Like, it's like the massive fucking celebrant knight carving fucking runes into the stone next to him and stuff. So well written. I had a mad. It's probably the most enjoyable fucking thing. I've read quite a bit. I know that I carry on like I don't, but I do. Anyway, hey, back to questions.
I don't know if this is spoilers. I saw a comment from Low Stance about Cade.
What about Cade?
Fuck, if I say it.
Are we going to do the BANSHEE thing?
Do you know how I predicted there'd be something about Cade?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? I don't know.
I haven't. I don't know anything about it. I've heard nothing about Cade.
See, I don't. The thing is, it's a place that I've been, but I don't know if they've glitched it somehow to get a dialogue option. So that's why I was like, what the fuck? I haven't seen this. I don't know if it just comes up or error vid. Was that glitch? Does chat know? Like, I don't know where that came from. Like, obviously you can get to that area, but I don't know if it was like, well, maybe we'll find out. And then if we know,
maybe it's a raid thing. Maybe it's something progressing through that area in the raid, or I don't know. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I can't read it at the moment. You get another one.
So
I'm Noble Patrol. So, you know that big in the Deep Zone, it's in Clovis Brave facility. That big like anomaly looking circle thing in that room.
Yep.
You get like dialogue that says basically little Easter egg. Like I said, it says like Cade's mind would be here somewhere. We could revive him if we wanted to, but we're not gonna. Something like that.
Well, maybe that's it. This is the closing out of the arc. There you go,
Yep.
Cade. Hey, look, you're a great bloke and we love you dearly, but just can't be bothered fucking poggers. All right. Go home, giant emu. How do people feel about Bungie reducing damage perks on weapons, but then buffing ability builds and damage through armor? E.g., Bacchus allowing up to 114% more damage. That's a hard one because I like the fact that I feel like Destiny is at its best when exotics really fucking matter, right? And that's a case in point example of it. But I feel that like in general play, there really needs to be some consistency between classes when you're talking about damage output, or at least, you know, that's the way I feel. It should be something that can be done communally at very least, like, you know, a well or a bubble or whatever, where Bacchus is, you know, quite clearly just an exotic that you put on to do more damage or to allow you to do that. So I don't hate it, but at the same time, I hope it's not something that they make a habit out of, if that makes sense. That as best as I can answer that.
Yeah, look, I maybe I'll get there and be on light, but I've never really, you know, had to get to that point. I've never really like min-max stuff and really paid attention to anything. I get in, I play the campaign, I read the lore, I fucking sink piss and play the raid when that comes out, and then
We should talk about that. We can
Oh,
do
yeah, we
that.
should.
That could be the dying throes of the episode. We'll announce the raid team of people that are just our mates anyway. That people are like, who? There'll be a few that you'll know. A few that are absolute fucking degenerates. One who breathes through his asshole. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Any thoughts as to the flavor text of the raid weapons? They can be viewed from the collection's badge in game. I have not looked. If you looked, Matt.
Do you want me to say?
Is it the stuff about the...
I tweeted it. Anastasia 1.
I don't think I...
As in the EXO naming convention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all like EXO names.
Okay. Yeah, they're all named from the perspective of the EXO that's got a viewing the event, right? But they're all about one very central character that we've kind of been going up and saying g'day to for about 5 years at this point. Is that what you...
No, I can't remember what the exact flavor text is, but you know how they usually have the author after it. It's like, oh fuck, let me find it.
Oh, I'm thinking of lore book.
Let me find it. Yeah. I only read the one about. I only saw the one about Anna Bray, and it was here it is. Posterity. A single word is etched inside the barrel. Anastasia 1. Okay, it's actually etched inside the barrel, a bit like there's something etched inside the barrel of No Time to Explain.
Well, that's on the outside.
That's a bit of
inside the barrel.
Yeah,
doesn't make a lot of sense.
They did it. Well, Praedyth did one of them. He did soon because he saw the dark future, and it's just a way. It was his way of sending a message.
Yeah,
that some shit was going to happen, and now it's like hidden messages. I guess it's like hiding a fucking message in a bottle, but it's in a gun barrel, sending it through time. Do
you take from that we might see Anna Bray reborn as an EXO, much like Elsie?
Well, if you follow what they did with No Time to Explain, in No Time to Explain, the message was to help us understand the future. So if that's the same principle, then it's sort of saying that Anna's going to become an EXO if she's not already one.
How could she be one? She's a
Well,
person.
she has robot eyes.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Oh no! Oh Clovis, you dirty dog! What have you been up to?
She might just look very human, mate.
Oh fuck! Wow. All right. Well, there you go. Look, we might wrap up here. I think it's a good spot. We've talked ourselves to a standstill. We're going to get into like super spoilery territory if we keep going down this path.
We're on the law nerds are getting fucking a little bit cray, getting a little bit hyped up. Someone's about to post shit.
We're on the precipice, and I feel like now is the time to rein that in and go and drink more beer, which is basically the priority. But whatever. I hope everyone's enjoying Beyond Light. That's my fucking take on all of this. I feel like it. I'm having a good time. Yes.
It's so nice having that exotic kiosk. I'm working towards fucking Izanagi's and I can get it, and it's nice. It's expensive. I need to fucking go farm spin metal somehow.
I know, like I feel like shit like that. If you're gonna do it after the fact, you need to pay a heavy price for it. Like, you know, like it needs to be an undertaking, but I think it's good. I think it's good for the, you know, like, I mean, I tried to run Tarabar and Senshi fucked it for me. I wanted to farm it and we forgot to. Anyway, it was funny, but I was kind of upset at the time. But now that I can just kind of do some raids and get there, it's not cheap. It's going to cost me. It's going to hurt, but I'm going to be able to get it. I think it's great. It's great for the completionists in the community. So, Senji's in chat. Please forgive me, Father. No, never.
Nice.
Right. So, world's worst raid team. We'll do that, and then we'll end. So it's us two, me and Merlin Games, Log Power Slave and Merlin Games. We've got Keg, who does the incredible fucking art and overlays and just about everything about this podcast that's pretty. He's going to jump in. He's probably the lowest light of us all.
What is he?
He'll scrape 1230. Actually, he's probably higher than you, so scrap that.
True higher than me.
Yeah. We have Gamer Bin Man himself. None other than Adrian, who, if you've hung out in my stream at all, you will know Adrian. He's an oft fucking ally of mine playing PvP, whatever I'm doing. He's an absolute legend and the better half of Fez, or the worse half, depending on who you ask, but either way. We have returned from the catacombs of World of Warcraft. We've managed to drag him out and put him into an exo frame for the benefit of doing this raid and making sure that there is zero dead air throughout the length of the 5-hour broadcast.
It concerns me having Chucky on. It really concerns me.
Chucky Wookie banned from fucking Twitter. The biggest. He's been banned for the most articulate weapon of alcoholic debauchery in this fucking fair land we call Australia, and he will be riding along.
He has a martini in his hand.
Martini in his hand. It'll be 5 a.m. and we'll be smashing it.
I'm going to be concerned for streaming. I'm going to need to have a hotkey to fucking mute Discord, I think.
Yeah, dump key. Like, not only that mutes Discord, but completely shuts down your PC.
Fucking a kill switch for yeah.
Boom, on the wall. It's over. Dream big, Guardians. And the absolute legend himself, the absolute certain to be frustrated, often PvP mentor of myself and Myling Games, Sass is going to jump in, and probably the hacker, Sassy the hacker.
Oh, imagine that as a story if we got anywhere close to the front, people.
Oh yeah, God, please don't fucking take that out of context. It is a joke. It's going to be an absolute shit show, but that's by design. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump in and we're going to bang our heads against the fucking first encounter repeatedly until we probably all get a little bit pissed and a little bit cranky. And then we are going to jump in and just follow the raid race, I think, and cheer home friends And, you know, like, look, if you're looking for people to watch, a good friend of ours, Jugs, is going to be running with Ninja in his team. So, you know, if you're actually looking for people to chase that are going to be competitive, that's your place. But we are going into this with the expectation of getting 0 loot drops and 1 million laughs. So if that's your fucking ticket, 5 a.m. my time on Sunday morning.
That's nothing. It's like, what, 2 a.m. for me.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal for you. I don't know. You're an early riser. Like the percentage that we would each be waking up early, I feel like would probably be the same.
Yeah, that's probably not. Yeah.
So we're at that point. We'll fucking live. Each of us will live. Chook is normally already up by that time anyway because he's an old weirdo. So, you know, happy days.
Having his porridge, mate.
Having his porridge and sipping a fucking martini. Oh, I'll tell you what. Look, if nothing else, tune in just to learn some new words because you will. You will. Holy fuck! All right, Matty, where is the law going to find people this week?
Who gives
Whereabouts?
a fuck, mate? It's at the end of a fucking wizard staff, mate. There it is. Pops out 2 little bits of lore, track you down, freeze you, just whisper in your ear before you shatter it in a million pieces. And law has found you. There you go.
Not your best, but not your worst. Not your best, but not your worst. All right, we're gonna find someone to raid. Please hang around, jump in, and I don't know what can be our raid message this week. I had fun last week.
If you want to raid Sassy, we should say fucking show us your cheats or something. Show us your hacks.
Show us your, like we'll raid Sassy. We'll jump into Sassy's stream, and what we need you to do is ask him to show his program menu, Control or Delete. We don't believe you aren't hacking. Just go in there and make as many accusations that he is cheating as possible, because I can guarantee you he's not. But still, I feel like insect like chittering set a high bar. We need to do a toxic shit whenever we host out of the podcast from now on. So that's the deal. We'll raid into Sass. But it's been a pleasure as always, Matty. Fucking good on you. And I'll see you on Sunday morning.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. I know. I feel the same. All right. There's the camera there. Be good to your mother, right? And keep an eye on Eris for me. Don't trust.